Welcome back to Media Mesh, where I give you my unapologetic opinion on everything from music, movies, news, reality TV, and so much more as we go down a rabbit hole. And remember, people, this is the home for the intelligent dissection of social media. Now, if you notice my audio is a little bit different, that's because I am out of town, but I could not stay away because Mr. Sean Combs apparently is in some hot water, and everyone knows this whole situation with him and Cassie carried on for so many years. But we're going to get into the quick video, and then we're going to talk about it. But this is just, I guess, a matter of time. Diddy's been doing so many things allegedly. Throughout this industry. It's just a shame. And the only thing that I'm wondering is, like, do people ever think that they would always be able to get away with evil? Do you not understand that what is done in the dark will eventually come to light? Especially things of this magnitude. I don't know. Let's get into it and let's talk about it, folks.
This young woman at the time, her name was Cassie Ventura. It was 2005. She was 19 years old, and she met and became the girlfriend and employee, she alleges, of Sean Diddy Combs of his mega record label. She was a singer herself, but she goes on to say that during this time that she was abused, she was a part of the cycle of violence, physical and sexual abuse. There was uncontrollable rage. Some of the specifics she says that she was raped in her own home when she tried to leave him, that she was often beaten, kicked, punched, stomped on, resulting in bruises and burst lips, black eyes, and bleeding. That he blew up a man's car at one point when he thought that that man was interested in her, that he introduced her to a lifestyle of excessive alcohol, substance abuse, and required her to produce illicit prescriptions to satisfy his own addictions. Now, there are always two sides to every story, and his attorney has released a statement to CNN, which reads, in part, Mr. Combs denies these offenses and outrageous allegations. For the past 6 months, Mr. Combs has been subjected to Ms. Ventura's persistent demand of $30 million under the threat of writing a damaging book about their relationship, which was unequivocally rejected as blatant blackmail, baseless and outrageous lies aiming to tarnish Mr. Combs' reputation and simply seeking a payday. This young woman at the time, her name was Cassie Ventura.
I'm going to hope that there are criminal charges being brought as well. But that might be implied since it's going to federal court. But who knows? Because that's going to be necessary, I think, to pursue the criminal aspect of this, because you do have people that some try to say it's a money grab. Obviously, Diddy is going to deny it vehemently. It's a word I haven't used in a long time, but it fits here. Who believes Diddy? Now, if you follow the channel, you will notice I did a video on Will Smith the other day, and I was like, I could think of other people I would rather see exposed, and this is that person I was referring to. And it's so ironic. Here we are, right? And in the end of the day, all these people are part of this system. They're part of this industry. And on the outside looking in, people just think it's about music. But as time goes on, more and more people are starting to see that this is just a ritualistic ceremony, I guess, right? Because it's out here to destroy the masses. That's why I'm such a big proponent of positivity in music. Not that everything's going to always be positive, but there has to be some level of balance, right? So when these artists are making this music, there's an agenda set forth behind it, right? And again, if you think about it, it is a demonic industry, right? This is ran by Satan. So if you don't believe in Satan, okay, hey, well, if you look at it as just, good versus evil, however you want to look at it, but there are some dark forces that do exist that are here to influence mankind to do things that we should not do, or things that don't really benefit us as a whole. In this particular case, is this far-fetched based on what we know publicly about Puff Daddy? Or, as I'm of a certain age, so you Puffy, whatever you want to call him. This is 100% on point. Now, I am shocked that she's been able to be alive to tell the story because, there's been alleged connections between him and his ex-wife, right? And she didn't make it. And then there's other people who simply just didn't make it through. And at least, she was able to put it out there. I get tired when I see people always, oh, I'm about to tell all, or I'm writing to tell all and all this type of stuff. You cannot telegraph your move. As soon as a person like him allegedly gets wind of certain things that's in the pipeline that can never negatively impact their public persona, and you go out with that, chances are you are not going to be here anymore. So I'm happy that that is the case for her. She is able to be here and to tell her story. And it was about time. Who are we kidding? Right? From the alleged connections with Tupac's unaliving, the alleged connections to Biggie's unaliving, and him becoming this major superstar. For some people, the money, the power, the fame, that is all they worry about. Okay. And then some people will do whatever it takes by any means necessary to achieve their goal. And it's very short-sighted to think that you can go on doing evil forever. No one goes out on top. And it's sad in another respect that him being a melanated person, even though he's not really for the people, but it just seems like, man, can any brother go out on top? Is it possible for us to do the right thing sometimes? Whether it be in the music industry or otherwise. But typically anybody that's famous, there's always some dirt on their name. And so you have to be smart if you're an artist. And keep in mind that just because they offer you these different things when you're in the industry, whatever your vice is. So if you're into women, you into young girls is allegedly, and really alleged, no more with R. Kelly, but that was his vice, right? So of course, people are going to allow you to indulge in that. They're going to allow you to do these different things because there will come a time where this is going to come right back to bite you in the what. And so this is what we're looking at here. He's done so much. So it was only a matter of time. So he's gone. Now, back to Will Smith. He's still part of that industry, right? So, of course, we understand that they plan to sue. So I guess that's going to open up another can of worms. That relationship between him and Dwayne Martin have been allegedly rumored to have taken place a long time. These are no new rumors here. So I guess it's going to be a matter of what you can prove. And so that's the key, what you can prove in the court of law. So if he did see it, who knows, right? But it's going to come down, can you prove it? Do you have the financial backing to fight that? Now, as far as Cassie giving $30 million, I guess you want to be compensated for her suffering here. That's, hey, he had to know that wasn't going to end well. And then again, what was that all about in the first place? The rumor was allegedly that he stole Cassie from Ryan, whatever his name, the producer, Ryan, whatever his name is. But he had that song Diamond Girl. So allegedly that was his girl. And he brought her to Puff with that song. And he was working on Ryan Leslie. There you go. Yeah, they were working together. And Puff Daddy is, of course, doing what he do. Took his girl and just wanted to abuse her. And it's sad, but hey, I'm glad again that she is here to tell the story. So we shall see. And this is kind of crazy amidst all the other allegations against Mr. Puff Daddy that's taking place, this whole Pac thing. So it's going to be an interesting year. And, rest in peace to Kim Porter, who I actually met her in New York years ago in the 90s, late 90s. And she was very nice. And I gave her, this is how long ago, I gave her a demo tape. And my friends didn't know who she was, but I did, right? Because at that point, I definitely was looking up to, Diddy. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, yeah, well, if I get her this demo, she get to Diddy. You know what I'm saying? Boom. Never know. Clearly, the tape never made it. And for good reason. And thank God, because I would hate to be connected with a brother like this. Until next time, peace and blessings. Do good and be good.
Are you really woke now? 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 That the sun's going down, sun's going down, sun's going down. Are you really woke now? Are you really woke now? Are you really woke now?
Most don't know what's happening, confused from all they taking in, dealing with abandonment. We been cause colored, Afro, African, American, then black again. Most don't even know we never left the land. Throwing niggas off like spears and javelins. Since they came in caravans, took the land. Call us savages, even though they ravage. Big nigga rich, how soon they forget. Call it God's plan, some never overstand. They never overstand.
Are you really woke now? 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 Are you really woke now?